Good morning, Facebook and YouTube. Show the trick shots are hard.
What's up, Facebook? What's up, YouTube? How y'all doing this fine Tuesday morning?
Live from First State Bank Studios. This is KBEL 96.7 FM, 1240 AM.
I think I want to play this after the commercials. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, okay.
There's a new style of fishing going around today, but it's not done with rods and reels or tackle. The rods and reels have been replaced with computers, and the tackle are now unsolicited emails. This is Kevin at the Idaho National Bank. Never provide your personal information in response to an unsolicited request. No legitimate business or financial institution will ask you for information via an email. Helping your dreams become reality at the Idaho National Bank. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Fiber optics have replaced and are replacing the old broken cable lines in Idaho. This is bringing high-speed internet and satellite quality television to your home and business in Idaho. The internet is lightning fast, and the television reception is amazing. And it includes Oklahoma City television stations. Visit the Pine office in Idaho for more information on the fiber optic plans becoming available to all Idaho businesses and residents. The Pine office is on Southeast Washington in Idaho, right next door to the new Milano's Pizza.
It's Oran, Jackson, Micah, Frazier, coming to you live. Your favorite morning show. Don't forget trending lines. It's right for love.
That's right, we're live from First State Bank Studios. Good morning. I'm Oran Jackson.
And I'm Micah Frazier.
It's 7 a.m. We're committing this time to reading some scripture. Today it's Psalms 5. It says, "But I, by your great love, can come into your house. In reverence, I bow down toward your holy temple. Lead me, Lord, in your righteousness because of my enemies. Make your way straight before me." That was Psalms 5:7. You're tuned in to Audible's first 96.7 KBEL. We got Tim McGraw coming up next. Get your site 580-286-6642. Check this out.
Good morning, TJ. I must have not hit that button. Hold up. There you go. We should be live on Facebook now. What we playing today? I guess I just did hit that Facebook button yesterday.
We went live yesterday.
When I created the deal for today, I guess I didn't hit the Facebook. Well, this laptop, I don't know, it does like crazy stuff. It'll
Slow.
Yeah, like it lags. So if you click something, it doesn't always click it. There we go. Good morning, playing Spider-Man. Today we're talking about pet peeves. Everybody's got them. One of mine is Like, you know how like some people, if it's family, I don't really mind. But like kids who just have on a diaper, and like I'm at your house, and like I'm not gonna be mean, but I don't really want a kid just wearing a diaper like crawling on me. You know how little kids will play with you and stuff, and it's like, oh yeah, you try to like, I don't know. It just, what if the diaper's wet? If it's my niece or my nephew, yeah, that's one thing. But if it's like I'm over at somebody else's house and I don't know who this kid is, kids are gonna be playful. It's just like,
yeah, but like get your kid.
Yeah, get your kid, or put some clothes on them at least. Like, I don't want just a kid with a diaper that I don't know, that just like kids are gonna be kids. They're gonna want to play and stuff like that. That's fine. But just put some clothes on them. Like,
do the one thing. Hot topic is pet peeves. What's your pet peeve?
People who drive in the fast lane under the speed limit and won't move over.
That was this morning.
Was it?
That was this morning, yeah. His van was
like just chill, and knowingly like people are like passing them on the right.
Yeah. You're listening to Audible's First 96.7 KBL. Here's your McCurry County weather forecast. Brought to you by Pine Cellular, coverage when it matters most. Today is going to be a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly after 1 p.m. and sunny and hot, highs near 11, and tonight lows around 73.
Don't forget, we got pet peeves as our topic of the day. We talked about, like, if we're in a group of people, if you got people over at your house, for some reason, a kid in just a diaper, it's not, I want to say it's annoying. Kids are going to be kids. They're going to want to play, especially if there's new people there. But put some clothes on your kid.
Yeah, come get your kid.
Come get your kid. Like, if it's my niece or my nephew, it doesn't bother me. Or even just family, doesn't bother me. But when I'm in, like, I don't even know this kid, like, put some clothes on the kid. We talked about people who drive, and you're probably witnessing that right now as you're heading to work. Somebody in that passing lane going the speed limit or below and won't move over. Chilling with us today. Call up here 286-6642. Let us know your pet peeves, but keep it PG. We got biggest pet peeve is losing in video games. Good morning, Cassie Johnson.
So what?
They said the biggest pet peeve is losing in video games.
What's up, Cassie Johnson? What's up? Thanks for tuning in. TJ Fergie. I'm gonna start doing these little.
Who up?
Is there a way I could? Turn down YouTube on the screen.
over the water. Dennis Johnson. Good morning, 96.7 KBEL. I'm doing all right. How you doing? Oh yeah, just kind of, just like just kind of in the way and yeah, just kind of oblivious to everybody around them. All right, man, take it easy. What do you think about starting like a shout out deal? Like, hey, give us a call. You want to shout out husband, wife, kids, have a good day at school.
You want to dedicate a song to somebody?
Yeah, or even just you'd be like, I just want to get a shout out, man. You ever play a song for me? Or if you want to dedicate a song, you can. But if you just want to call up here,
yeah. I'm gonna start doing these little audios. Luke Holm admits he was confused by Garth Brooks' massive gift. And we'll play the audio and then we just talk about it. Give our thoughts.
it's nice.
Live on the radio.
Cassie Johnson, there's my guys. Yes, ma'am. What's some of your pet peeves, Cassie?
This song is 5 minutes long. Wow.
Appreciate the likes, Ryan Jr., Baptiste, and TJ.
I'm gonna play our intro again.
Good. Okay.
That's right. You're listening to Live on 259. I'm Oran Jackson, your host, with Micah Frazier.
Good morning, McCurtain County. How's everybody doing today on this beautiful Tuesday morning?
Doing fantastic. Hey, what'd you do last night?
Man, a whole lot of nothing. Got some new couches moved in. So, cleaned up a little bit, ate some spaghetti and garlic bread. That's about it, man.
Pete's over here, but check this out. Luke Holmes admits he was confused by Garth Brooks' massive gift.
In our house, and I can see our gate.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, why is my manager pulling up in his Bronco? It's just the same as his, like some blue, the wide, the package. And he would never show up at my house unannounced, Right. So I was like, man, this is kind of weird that he would show up. So he walks in. I figured, well, I guess he's giving me a Christmas present, whatever.
Yeah.
So he comes in, he's throwing me the keys to this thing. I was like, are you giving me your car again? What is this?
Yeah.
He's like, no, man, Garth bought you this. And I was like,
Garth Brooks?
yeah. And I was like, why?
What?
I was like, why?
Did you know him?
So, not really.
Whoa.
So yeah, Garth Brooks gave Luke Combs a Ford Bronco Raptor. That's crazy.
I need friends like that.
Yeah.
Man. Matter of fact, he said he didn't even know him like that. Like I need that kind of blessing, you know. But I'm good with what I got. But that wouldn't hurt at all. So if there's anybody out there that wants to, give me an Oran Jackson, a Bronco Raptor, that's perfectly fine. We're perfectly fine with it. We're not too shameful to accept a gift. Our topic of the day is pet peeves. Pet peeves are those little things that irrationally or totally rationally annoy people more than they probably should.
Here are some common funny pet peeves. People who don't use turn signals, leaving the shopping cart in the middle of the parking lot. That doesn't bother me.
It bothers a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like it depends on what the situation. I try to but sometimes it's like, hey, I gotta be here, and circumstances like I gotta hurry up. They told me to stop by the school before I get there, and it's the birthday cake or something like that. I'm just like, I'm sorry, but I was that kid at that grocery store that had to put those cards up, so they'll be all right. Trust me.
Here's one: folks who talk during a movie. Ooh.
Yeah, loudly.
Yeah.
Dennis Johnson called and said people that are on their cell phones at the grocery store who are just oblivious to how much they're in the way. Like that one that sits in the middle of the aisle, nobody can pass them.
On speakerphone.
Yeah. Or, how about they leave their cart on the right side of the aisle and they're right beside their cart on the left side of the aisle. So you can't, and you don't want to be rude and be like, would you move? You don't want to be like that. So, I mean, you do, but you don't want to, it's not that big of a deal. But just those oblivious people they don't realize they're in the way.
It says drivers going slow in the fast lane.
Yes.
We talked about that.
People who don't use turn signals. How many times have you waited? You're trying to turn into the, let's say you're heading south, and there's a whole lot of cars coming south. You're waiting on your turn, and it looks like they're pulling up fast, so you don't want to jump out in front of them. And then all of a sudden they slow down, and right before they get to you, they turn their signal on. You're like, you could have done that and let me know so I could have got out on the road. Let us know your pet peeves. And hey, if you want to give a shout out to anybody, call up here 286-6642. Shout out that spouse. Shout out the boyfriend and girlfriend, the kids, grandmas, birthdays, anything like that. 286-6642. We got Jason Aldean when she says baby here on 96.7 KBEL.
Some days it's tough just getting up, throwing on these boots and making that climb. Some days I'd rather be a no-show, lay low before I go out of my mind. When she says,
Good morning, Donut Crossing. How y'all doing today?
Hey, Donut Crossing.
Cassie Johnson says probably people with no children trying to give me advice about Cade or his condition. Ah, that's a good one. Hey, that will ruffle a lot of feathers.
That's a good one.
Just anybody in general has never been in that position. Go ahead.
You're live on 259 with Oran Jackson and Micah Frazier. How you doing today? Hey, good morning. You're live on 259. How are you doing this morning?
All right, what you got?
Is it Till My Last Day? We got This Is My Dirt, Home Sweet Home, You, Me, and Whiskey, While we drink, time's ticking. Which one were you thinking? Which one?
Farmer's Daughter. All right. Hey, I got you on the line. We're talking about pet peeves today. What's a pet peeve that just kind of just racks your nerve? All right, man. Appreciate you calling in. You have a good day. Bye. By request, we got Justin Moore with Farmer's Daughter coming up on 96.7. You want to give a shout out to that spouse? Let them know, 286-6642, or you can request a song. We'll put you here on live.
That song doesn't exist. No.
I know what he's talking about. I think it's Craig Moore that sings that, Farmer's Daughter.
Ronnie Atkins?
Ronnie, that might be him too.
We can play
I knew it. Yeah, Cassie, like anybody that's never been in the situation that, you may be in at the moment, telling you how they would and like I said, how to raise your kid or what to do in y'all's situation. And I try not to do that. If I've never been, if you're looking for advice or anything, I'll tell you what I think. But I was like, I've never been in that position. So, but if you're asking me what I would do, this is what I think I'd do. But I've never been in this position, so don't go full-fledged on.
Miranda Lambert reacts to fan tossing bra on stage during concert.
Let's do that. I think our audience is edgy enough.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like the armchair quarterbacks or coaches. What are they? Couch coaches. It's easy to say what you would do as a quarterback in the NFL, and we all do that. Like, bro, why didn't he? But it's also
Just
like,
throw it.
just like, bro, what are you doing? And I think we all do that. But it's like, bro, you've never had this 300, 4 or 5 300-pound guys that move like lightning.
Or like a running back. They'd always go into the
into the pile.
Yeah, or just run around them.
Yeah,
that's what I always thought.
And it's like, well, it's kind of we're on the outside looking in.
Yeah.
Now there are that one thing is I've always said everybody's like, well, why don't you go be a coach and stuff? I can lose just as good. I've never critiqued anybody for winning.
We got Farmer's Daughter coming up next. But here's Miranda Lambert reacts to fan tossing bra on stage during her concert. Yeah, so that was Miranda Lambert. Someone threw her a brawl up there.
It's good to see, that people are still carrying on that tradition. Because, like Elvis and, all them old school, your grandmama might act like, she didn't act wild and stuff, but there was a time where somebody's grandma was throwing up their drawers and stuff up on stage at Elvis or Johnny Cash or whoever it was. So, it just remind grandma that next time she's talking about how these young people are just fast and just all this stuff. But we got Farmer's Daughter. Hey, I think the last guy is Rodney Atkins, who sings Farmer's Daughter. We got this for you, brother, here on 96.7 KBEL. See, them older folks like to forget that, how they acted when they was young. Perfect example, there's this girl on Facebook I've been watching. She cooks. She's a chef. And she
Cooking with Kate?
Nah, it's I can't even remember her name. And she's new. Like all of a sudden, she just started popping up with videos. And I liked one because she cooks like the real stuff. And that's when I realized like I'm not made for fine dining. Like I don't want none of that. Like give me a burger, give me some brisket. But she does all the surf and turf, but it's the like $200 plate surf and turf, like the real
Shrimp and grits.
Yeah, like all that stuff. But there was one video. Every video she flips the camera off, and she's probably like 20 years old or whatever. And some guy, older guy, he's like, "Was the middle fingers necessary?" And it's like, bro, like it wasn't like she was flipping. It was just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, I remember when I was 19 and 20, I flipped every picture I was in that, mom and them didn't take, like, on our flip phones. I was flipping the camera off. It's just something you do. It's just I guess a rebellious, whatever, And, I was sitting there, I was like, sometimes you got to realize that you're just old and out of touch with today's youth. But what you wouldn't have done back in the day, although I think you're lying, it's not necessarily the thing it is today.
Check this one out. Jason Nadeem brings young fan with cancer on stage, donates $200,000 to Heroes for Children charity.
It's nice. See, that's one of the reasons, like, I would like to be wealthy, not for my sake. I mean, of course, my sake, but
Yeah, me first, and then
like,
I would bless.
Yeah,
a lot of people.
Like if I was good like that, to where I did not have to worry about what my kids are going to eat, how they're going to live when I'm gone. If I can take care of that first, I would absolutely. I don't need much, like right now, I don't need a lot. I'm good. I don't require a lot to live happy. But I love helping people out.
That's Rodney Atkins' Farmer's Daughter. I'm Oran Jackson hanging out with Micah Frazier at 7:30.
Like, I seen somebody talking about, it was another video, they were saying, was $5 million enough to live off of? Or enough to, and I was
$5 billion?
I'm like, bro, that's 5 lifetimes for me.
$5 million would be nice.
And I can understand, because, a lot of people are like, I'm going to take that money and I'm going to make more money. And it's just like, well, I don't need more money. Like, I'm good. Like, if you think about it, you drop, first of all, everyone act with what comes with that is people want a big house now. Now all of a sudden they want, they want the mansion. So boom, you just spent $1 million on this mansion. I mean, you look at Hochtown right now. You can get a cabin for $1.5 million, and that's what they want. I don't want that. Like, give me the $80,000 trailer, paid off.
You fix them nice too.
Yeah, and maybe get a regular truck. I mean, splurge a little bit, get the $50,000 truck, and then you're good. Like, you don't have any bills, you don't have any payments. But then also you can put that money into a what do you call that? A savings account. And somebody said that, just like you put it all in a savings account, you can live off the interest. Because the interest will be so high that would be your yearly income to where you'd always have that money.
She's only 17 years old, and she's on one of those missing persons. Unfortunately, that happens to a lot of our kids who don't have somebody to step up for them. They stay in foster care for years, they aren't adopted, and they age out. They either wind up in jail or they live on the streets.
The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption works every day to find safe, permanent homes for children at risk of aging out of foster care before it's too late.
I adopted 2 teenagers from foster care. Their outlook on life changed. If I can do a little bit to help, it's worth it.
You can help too. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
The security guard who was shot and killed late Sunday night at a hospital in Enid has been identified. It started when Enid police were called to a domestic disturbance and tracked the suspect to a nearby hospital. OSBI spokesman Hunter McKee says the suspect shot at Enid police while at the entry of the hospital, then continued shooting inside the building.
He fired multiple gunshots. And during that process, unfortunately, there was a security guard, a local security guard inside who was hit and who later passed away.
The security guard was identified as 72-year-old J.W. Bodie. Enid police said shot and killed
J.W.
The measles outbreak in Texas is over. That's according to the Texas Department of State Health Services. It's been more than 42 days since a new case was reported in Texas. That's good news for Oklahoma, where some of the 20 cases reported since January were linked to the outbreak in West Texas and New Mexico. I'm Jackie O'Brien.
This is the Oran, the Oklahoma News Network. It's Oran and Micah, Frazier coming to you live. Your favorite morning show. Don't forget trending lines. It's got to be
Thank you so much for tuning in this Tuesday morning, hanging out with Warren Jackson, your host, and Micah Frazier.
Good morning, everybody, on this beautiful Tuesday morning. We're talking about pet peeves on the topics list. Let us know, 286-6642, what your pet peeves are. And if you want to give a shout out to somebody, call up here, 286-6642.
Until then, listen to this. Jason Aldean brings young fan with cancer on stage. Donates $200,000 to Heroes for Children charity.
This is what it's all about right here. He's got a great tag in his corner, and I just want to say, thanks for letting me hang out with you today. You asked us to raise some money, and that's exactly what we did. So we love you, man. We stay in touch.
Not only is Jason Aldean one of my top 3 favorite country artists, he's a great guy.
I think that's the goal, especially with country. I mean, it's like country artists, they're more down home. A lot of artists, they don't splurge on anything. They don't donate anything. They want it all for them. But we talked about that. That would be the goal. If we ever got wealthy to that point, if we got past the point of, okay, I'm good, and my family, my kids will be good, they'll be all right. then it's like I want to help other people. Like I enjoy helping other people. I can't do much right now, but I do what I can. I help out when I can. And I hope you're like that too. We got Micah's Man Up coming up in about 8 minutes. Get your pet peeves in on our Facebook or YouTube Live. Here's Jason Aldean. You make it easy.
Like a rainy Sunday morning, makes me wanna stay awake, twisted up all day long. You're my inspiration, girl. You take me places, put the words right into these songs. Stealing kisses.
Mariah Carey calls the Grammys overrated. We can do that later.
You make it easy. You make it easy. Whatever little thing you do, you're my sunshine in the darkest days.
I said, man, that's wild. It freaks me out. It seems like we're always at a hospital. What freaks you out? Good morning, YouTube and Facebook. We got a YouTuber. Let us know your pet peeves.
Yo, what's up, YouTube?
In Oklahoma.
That guy got shot out of the hospital.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You talking about the ONN news? Yeah, I've seen that. Have you seen some TikTok dude or some guy in Oklahoma City is going to test the Okana water park's water? And for some reason, he put it on TikTok and it blew up. So I don't think he's going to get past the gates. Like, I think he's already flagged. Like, no, you're not coming in here until they test it. And not too long ago, there was a shooting at St. Francis Hospital. It's been a few years. That was Jason Aldean with You Make It Easy. We're talking about pet peeves today. What do you think about being interrupted mid-sentence? That's just, that, you know, it's one of them things.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, it's, you know, well, pet peeves is stuff that certainly it annoys you, but it's not that big of a deal to, you know, and sometimes people do crash out, like, stop interrupting me, you know, depending on the situation. How about loud chewing or slurping? Just
Oh, what about heavy breathing?
How about one-uppers? What about those one-uppers? Like, hey, bro, man, you know, I went to Florida last year. Hey, that's nothing, man. I went to Paris, man. Oh, man, they got the best food. Nah, man, I had the best chicken fried steak over at the Red Bee. Nah, man, you got to go here. This is the best place, man. I'll tell you. People, it's leaving empty containers in the fridge. How about that, parents? You know who we're talking about. The little kids, not even little kids, the older kids are the worst. Like, just finish that orange juice. Just like, you know, it's a little bit left. Just finish it.
Here's a workplace pet peeve: colleagues complaining.
Oh yeah,
That's a big one.
about everything. Like just I've heard. Oh, we got a call. We got to put them on the air.
Live on 259 with Oran Jackson, Micah, Frazier. How's your morning going?
All right. Who we got? SJ Story.
How young is she turning?
6 years old. All right. Well, happy birthday to her. While we got you on the air, you got any pet peeves that just kind of get under your skin, but it's not that big of a deal to make a fuss? We talk about slow drivers in the fast lane, people who don't use turn signals. How about that person that leaves their cart on the right side of the aisle at the grocery store but stands on the left side of the aisle to where you can't pass them? Well, we appreciate you calling, brother. You have a good day. All right. There you go. Let us know your pet peeves. We got Micah's Man Up coming up here in about 3 minutes. What's up, Thas? Says good morning, Oran and Micah. Thas, what's some pet peeves you got, man? Dishes soaking for 3 days.
I mean, they got soaked for at least 5, right?
Mine is leaving the dishwater in the sink until it gets cold and it's nasty. My wife would do that when we first got married, got our house, and I would always have to stick my hand in that nasty cold water and pull the plug. But you know when it stopped? When I made her get in that nasty water and pull the plug. Like there's no reason to leave the water in there. The dishes are already done. Just pull the plug out while the water's still hot. Like it'd be that like white looking water. It's just like you can tell dishes have been washed in this mud. That says I have no idea. How about slow drivers in the fast lane? And they, what about when they get right next to another car that's going the speed limit and they go the speed limit to where nobody can pass? And it usually happens when you need to be somewhere.
That's the only time it happens.
Yeah, like it's just, and they stay there forever.
Yeah.
No matter, you can honk at them, you can flash your lights. Maybe they'll see that. Oh, let me move. No, they're oblivious. When you get time, can you play Billy Dean? Only here for a little while. We got you. We appreciate you tuning in. No problem.
So we got this one. So I got these.
That's nice.
Some art. To complement our Vinery Bible.
It's nice.
Thinking.
Yeah, that'd be good.
We got an LED right there. It's like a microphone.
Sweet.
Straight into it.
Yeah. Good morning. It's time for Micah's Man Up on this beautiful Tuesday morning here on Idabelle's First 96.7 KBEL. How you doing today, Oran Jackson?
Doing fantastic. Blessed to be alive.
Yes, sir. We hope you're doing well. We hope y'all are getting those kids to school on time. I hope you're getting to work on time. And if you're off today, well, welcome to the show. Today, we're going to talk about doing those little things that prepare you to do the big things. You know, back in the old days when football was football, you know, the coaches used to, you know, they would tell us, you know, it's the little things that matter. And, you know, every coach, I think everybody gets that speech. It's the little things that matter. It's the little things that prepare you for the big things. Simple is powerful. The little things we often dream about, the big wins, the promotions, the goals, the life-changing moments. But the truth is, success doesn't usually come from a huge leap. We talked about that yesterday. Like, it's steps, brick by brick. It's built on the small, everyday steps. It's showing up on time, keeping promises, staying consistent, and doing the work when no one's watching. And that pertains to a lot of things. You know, a lot of kids can make money gaming now and streaming, live streaming. But a lot of them think that they can just post one video and all of a sudden they're a TikTok star and, you know, that's it. They're good. No, they don't understand that. Even the TikTok stars, that's a job. They have to stay consistent or you get washed away in the crowd. So they have to constantly make the videos, come up with the videos, what they're going to do. They have to prep. They have to execute the video, get the shots they need, edit it, you know, and then send it out. That's a lot of work. If you've never edited anything over, you know, a 2 minute, you know, a minute Valentine's Day pictures of you and your spouse on Facebook, even then, you already know it's difficult to fit those 25 pictures you want in that 30-second space. So just think about editing, you know, a 5-minute video. They probably recorded 30 minutes of it. You got to find the 5 minutes of good content. And they may have filmed all day to get that 5 minutes. But all we see are the main points, the bulletins. But they may have recorded 2 hours that day. But all you got from it was a 5-minute video. So just remind your kids that, you know, Logan Paul and all them, the things they did in YouTube and stuff, it took a lot more work than what they showed. They're on to bigger and better things now. But it's the small steps. Those small habits, they add up. They create momentum. They prepare you for big opportunities when they come. And I tell you, if you can't do the small things, you're never going to be able to do the big things. If you can't show up on time and execute at your job, the job that you don't like, you'll never be able to execute as a business owner. Think of it as you're learn the business. It's all a learning process. If you've got a boss, I mean, if you're lucky to have a boss that 6 months later they're closed for whatever reason. But if you're able to see firsthand, especially these small businesses we have around here, if you're able to see what they go through, and if you're thinking that, oh, you're tired of working 8 hours a day, I want to start my own business. And you think you're just going to sleep till noon and then, work 4 hours that day. And, you know, some days you may. That's the luxury, you know, hey, you got your own business. But majority of the time, you're going to be working more than that rate, 8 hours. You know, restaurant business, you're going to be there all day. You're going to, you know, because there's nobody else to oversee it. There's nobody else to make sure that everything's going right. You are that person. So just get those small things, those small habits. They prepare you for the big opportunities. Today, instead of focusing on the mountain, focus on your next step. Drink the water, make the call, send the thank you text. Do the little things with excellence, and you'll find yourself ready for the big things when they arrive. Remember, greatness isn't built in a day, it's built daily. Boom! That was your Micah's Man Up moment. I hope you got something out of that on this beautiful Tuesday morning. We're talking about pet peeves today. And, you know, we talked about the person that, you know, in the fast lane, driving slow. What about the one when you're trying to get somewhere, but there's just those two cars in both lanes that's both going mildly under the speed limit? You know, at 65, they're going about 63 and a half. And nobody can pass them because they're blocking both lanes. So we're not really mad at the guy in the right lane. He's, you know, hey, he's where he needs to be. It's the person in the left lane that don't get it. There's 10 cars behind them waiting to pass. So don't be that person, especially right now. Everybody, it's 7 minutes till 8 o'clock. Everybody's trying to get to work. Right here, we got Fast Said from YouTube wants to request Billy Dean. Here you go, brother. Only here for a little while. Only here for a little while. That was great. I'm going to attempt to take Kay to the park so he can ride his big wheel. See you tomorrow. All right, y'all have fun, man. Y'all have a wonderful time. Say what needs saying, 'cause they're only here for a little while. Only here for a little while.
Oh, was Billy Dean only here for a little while? You're hanging out with Oran Jackson and Micah.
Hey, today, what we got today?
We have Mariah Carey calls the Grammys overrated. Listen to this.
We could have told her that, right? we knew that, Mariah. You know, you didn't have to say that. we already know. I mean, it's just a glamour show. At one point, it was good, but growing. You know, that used to be the thing back in the day. Watch the Grammys, watch the VMAs, watch the Country Music Awards, the MTV Awards, all that stuff. That used to be a show. Now it's just, I don't know. It just ain't the same no more. Maybe I'm just old. Sometimes you just gotta think maybe you're just old. And I'm okay with that, We're talking about pet peeves, and I gotta put my wife in blast, man. How about people that leave dishes soaking for 3 days? Now, she didn't do that. Well, sometimes she did. But when we first got married and got our house, she used to leave the dishwater in the sink forever. And it'd get cold, and I'd always have to stick my hand in the nasty water and pull the plug. And it's cold. It just don't feel good. It's just nasty. I understand it's just dirty water, but it's nasty. And it only stopped because I would remind her, hey, pull the plug on that when you're done doing the dishes. Or sometimes I would do the dishes and show her, like, look, just pull the plug after you get done. There's no need for the water to stay here. It only stopped when one time I made her pull the plug out of that cold, nasty, silky water. Like, ugh. It stopped after that. It's like, there's no need. Why are you leaving dirty dishwater in the sink? Like, there is absolutely no need for that. Judge me. I don't care. That's nasty. What about people who watch videos in public without headphones? And it's usually annoying video. I understand kids, they got the little tablet, they're watching Bluey or, Peppa Pig or something. But you're a grown adult dude. I don't need to hear what what the guys on Sports Center that's always crying around and stuff about their favorite sports guy. I ain't gonna mention our names, they're gonna sue me. But but it's just like, I don't need to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Like, we're in public, there's no need. Let us know your pet peeves. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. Hope you got to work on time. Right now, John Party, she ain't in it. I think Jalen did the wrong dates yesterday. Because I've seen them talking about National Potato Day.
Today?
It's today. Logan Low. Just lower the music and put them on. Good
You're listening to Live on 259 with Oran Jackson and Micah Frazier. How's it going?
We're doing great, man. How you doing? Yeah, man. What you got? All right, that's Hillbilly Shoes and Hillbilly Bones. All right, man. Hey, while I got you on the air, man, we're talking about pet peeves today. And we're talking about those slow drivers in the fast lane. I'm sure you deal with that on a regular basis, huh? Well, we appreciate you calling in, bro. Go Ravens, dirty the birds, purple and blackbirds, man. All right, man. You have a good day. Stay safe out there. All right, bye.
What did he say? He said Montgomery Gentry.
Yeah, Montgomery Gentry, hillbilly shoes. Just gonna take this one out because this one song's.
Good morning. You're hanging out with Oran Jackson, Micah Frazier.
Hello. I understand what you're
Whole
saying.
family reunion.
Yo, and I know exactly what you're talking about. Like, yeah, where it's like, was there really any that? Was there? Is there a need for 10 people to shop? Like, are we? Like, I'm pretty sure we can all agree that hey, we're getting burgers. Okay, one person. That's a one person job. Like, yeah, what do y'all need? Text me. Text me what y'all need.
Yeah.
And one person can handle that. We thank you for calling. All right, bye. You have a good day. Call in, let us know your pet peeves. We got Hillbilly Shoes by Montgomery Gentry.
That was facts.
You know what she's talking about? She's talking about them Texans.
Yeah.
Halito K. Baker. Yeah, just keep the music low. But yeah, we just. Good morning. Oh, yeah. Halito K. Baker. Randy Walker, appreciate the likes. Cassie, TJ, Ryan Baptiste. K. Baker, what's a pet peeve you have? All right, that's a new one. Let's lower that. Jackson.
You're live on 259, hanging out with Oran Jackson and Micah Frazier. Good morning.
How you doing today? Yes, sir. Oh yeah, like just it's that one the arrow's pointing the opposite way. Give you that mean look. Give you that evil eye. Like, what are you doing? Like, I'm following the arrow. Yo. Yeah. We appreciate you calling in. Yeah. Oh yeah. Just just using grandma's vehicle, huh? Oh, oh, they're just parking in the parking spot. Oh, yep, yeah. All right, man. We appreciate you calling in. All right, Thas, you have a good day. No problem, man. We got you every time.
Today is National Potato Day.
Yep. Let's see. Potato Day, National Soft Serve Ice Cream or Soft Ice Cream Day, and National Aviation Day. Oh, I'm gonna get him today. It's Bill Clinton's birthday.
Oh yeah.
I did not have sex, or I did not have relations with that young lady. Oh, that's Ben. Go ahead. Good morning, 96.7 KBEL. What's that? That'll do it, huh? Yo. Yep. That'll fix it, huh? All right, no problem. You have a good day.
When you talk about Bill Clinton, let me play this audio.
Okay.
What we got next after this?
Hillbilly Bones.
By who?
Is it Rodney Atkins? It should just would it pop up, just put Hillbilly Bones. Sorry. That was Gone Country by Alan Jackson here on Alabama's First, 96.7 KBEL. And we're talking about pet peeves today. Let us know your pet peeves. We got people, going the wrong way in the Walmart parking lot. Parking in handicap, parking spots when you don't need to. Let us know what y'all got today. What does it for you? I know somebody out there just got a new one, like, that just grinds my gears. Till then, we got Hillbilly Bone by Trace Atkins.
Y'all got a hillbilly bone down deep inside.
Yeehaw! You have a good day, Thaz. Appreciate you, man. Facebook. Or is that YouTube? Let me look. Down deep inside, you just can't hide. Yeehaw! Let me get Hank Williams Jr. Dinosaur. Boom, boom. All right, that was Hillbilly Bones by Blake Shelton and Trace Atkins here on Out of Bell's First, 96.7 KBEL. Now, we talked a little earlier, Oran Jackson, about sometimes, the older generations just have to realize they're just older and out of touch with the youth of today. I was watching a video on Facebook. This girl's cooking, and she just flips the bird to the camera. Not flipping viewers off. It's just a little attitude, rebellious. Just that. It means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. But a lot of older folks were like, well, was that really necessary? Was that, I get it. Don't get me wrong. I get what you're saying, and I understand it's not a good look, but it's her video. She's cooking. She's a good chef. Sometimes you just gotta realize that you're a little bit older, and maybe you're just a dinosaur. So, with that being said, Here's Hank Williams Jr., Dinosaur. And it's totally okay to be a dinosaur. You like the way things were back then? I understand it. It was awesome. But if you're going to live in today's world, you got to understand things have changed. What's up, YouTube or Facebook? How y'all doing today? How your mom and them? Don't you see I'm a dinosaur? You know what one of my pet peeves is? What really grinds my gears? OU fans that can't admit the Boz wasn't really that guy when it came to better competition or, big competition. Specifically, them Miami Hurricanes. He never beat them. You know another great player, Hall of Fame player that never beat the Miami Hurricanes? Prime time. Deion Sanders never beat the U. And they just cannot stand it. They won't admit it. They'll laugh at everything. Get us on our hats. I'm going to hit him hard with this one. Da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da-da. All right, that was Hank Williams Jr. with Dinosaur. And sometimes you just feel like a dinosaur. And it's okay. We all understand that back in the day, it was just better. But such is not the case now. We're here in the now. We're talking about pet peeves, Oran Jackson. We'll get to the national days here in a minute. But right now, we're talking about pet peeves. How about sports fans that make their team their whole life? Like Saturday, their whole day is ruined if their team loses. I can't get with that. I used to, don't get me wrong. I used to be a big fan. But it's like, I got to that point. Like, why am I letting this team, this school that I never attended, why am I letting them ruin my whole Saturday? Like, I had a cookout to go to. Now I don't want to go. I don't feel like doing nothing because my team lost. Or, Sunday, the Cowboys lose. They're just in a different feeling. They don't want to have, they're just like, why? Why do you let that get to you? Hey, don't get me, like I said, I was there. I've done it before. I was like that before, so I understand it. But at some point, it's just like, I'm not going to let them ruin my day because they didn't win this game. That's a pet peeve I got. That, they just let it become their whole personality. Cowboys, I love the Cowboys. We want to go watch the game every now and then, but you got to have something else. Just that one guy that's all he talks about. Rest in peace, Bill, man. He was my favorite Cowboys fan. He used to work at Save-A-Lot, the old Save-A-Lot. Then he worked at Pruitt's. And then he's doing the Little Debbie's with Terry. But yeah, rest in peace, Bill, man. That was my favorite Cowboys fan because you know what? He was real. He knew what they was doing wrong. And every week, Cowboys might lose, but guess what? They gonna get them next week. All right, Bill. Rest in peace, Bill, man. We got our national days today. National days for August 19th, 2025. National Potato Day. All spuds. August 19th each year, the humble potato takes center stage in truth, though doesn't it steal the show at nearly every meal? That it does. I mean, can you have a great meal without potatoes? At some restaurants, you know, they give you the option. You can have fries and mashed potatoes. Those are the kind of restaurants I like. We got National Soft Ice Cream Day. August 19th gives us a tasty way to cool off on a hot summer day. Whether you enjoy it in a bowl or a cone, grab some soft serve and enjoy. And it's National Aviation Day. August 19th recognizes the pioneers of human flight. Next, we got notable birthdays for August 19th. Samuel Prescott, 1751. And if you're wondering why that name sounds so familiar, it's because back when he was probably 5th grade, he learned that was the physician and patriot who rode with Paul Revere and William Dawes to warn Massachusetts Minutemen that the Redcoats are coming. See, this is how I know it's AI, because the regulars are coming. Like, no, the Redcoats. That's how you know it's AI. Seth Thomas, 1785, one of the first manufacturers to mass produce clocks. Charles E. Hires, 1851, pharmacist, inventor, and manufacturer of Hires root beer. Orville Wright, 1871, engineer, pilot, and co-founder of the Wright Company. Colleen Moore, 1899, silent film actress who helped popularize the bobbed haircut. Philo Farnsworth, 1906, inventor who was granted the first patent for the television. We thank you. Gene Roddenberry, 1921, creator of Star Trek. Frank McCourt, 1930, author of the novel Angela's Ashes. Johnny Nash, 1940, singer of the 1972 hit I Can See Clearly Now. Jill St. John, 1940, model and actress widely known for the first Bond girl in the James Bond movie series. Jack Canfield, 1944, co-author of Chicken Soup for the Soul book series. Man, back in the 90s, that used to be the thing. Chicken Soup for the Soul. Let's see, we got Dawn Steele, 1946, the first woman to head Hollywood studio. And we got a good one today. Mr. Bill Clinton, 1946, the 42nd president of the United States. Now that's Bill telling you what he does do, but hats off to you if you remember him telling you what he did not do. John Stamos, 1963, actor who played the character Jesse on Full House, and Kyra Sedgwick. Have mercy. And Kyra Sedgwick Sedgwick, 1965, multi-award winning actress who was also married to actor Kevin Bacon. Your memorable events for August 19th, 1692, one woman, 3 men, and a clergyman are executed after being convicted of witchcraft, aka the Salem witch trials. That was today in 1692, man. 1782, British commander Charles Cornwallis surrenders after the last major battle of the Revolutionary War, the Battle of Blue Licks. 1848, the New York Herald announces the California gold rush to the East Coast. 1934, the first soapbox derby is held in Dayton, Ohio, excuse me. And in 2004, Google Inc. appears on NASDAQ for the public. Yes, we are older than Google. That has been your national days, notable birthdays, and memorable events for August 19th. You're listening to Ida Bell's First, 96.7 KBEL, live on 259 with Oran Jackson and Micah Frazier. Hope you're having a beautiful Tuesday morning. Ooh, tomorrow's, yeah, we gotta hang those up because tomorrow's National Radio Day. National Bacon Lovers Day. Chocolate pecan pie? That sounds good. All right. Facebook, YouTube, we out. See you tomorrow, 7 o'clock.